The Guardian, and then we'll jump on the Punch newspaper. We've taken a look at what's burning hot on the pages of The Nation, as well as the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, so let's begin in earnest. Our first story from The Guardian reads, Environmental Protection Board intervenes as residents lament waste management crisis in FCT. All right, let's talk about it briefly. A last-minute intervention by the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, AEPB, has doused the situation as residents groaned over the waste crisis in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Before the gradual descent of the capital city, it was once hailed for its well-planned layout and iconic landscape. However, the situation has changed as the city is now battling a growing waste crisis that threatens to erode its beauty and compromise public health. And moving on, still from The Guardian, FRSC, Julius Berger agreed to partner on road safety. So the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, and engineering construction giant Julius Berger Nigeria PLC have agreed to enhance their collaboration to ensure road safety. This decision followed the Corps' recognition of the exceptional quality of work and unwavering standards maintained by the company over the years. All right, over to the Punch newspaper. 2027, Obi's one-term presidency gambit sparks political firestorm. So Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has come under fire for the All Progressives Congress and a faction of his party after reaffirming his vow to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. In a statement on Sunday, Obi declared the pledge sacrosanct, drawing criticism from APC spokespersons and a divided reaction from the Labour Party. And moving on from the Punch as well, 220 oil blocks abandoned amid debt crude crisis. Nigeria currently has 220 open oil blocks scattered across its onshore and offshore basins. Data from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has revealed. This is despite its growing debt burden and crude shortages affecting local refineries. The NUPRC data showed that the deep offshore terrain accounts for the highest number of unlicensed blocks at 59, highlighting the country's unexploited energy wealth in its most technically advanced but capital-intensive region. All right, then, catch that story from the Punch. Another one here reads, petrol nears 900 naira per litre as OPEC plans oil production hike. So the pump price of petrol may hit 900 naira per litre this week if the price of crude oil continues to hover around $70 per barrel. This was even as OPEC plus a group that compromises non-members of the organization and petroleum exporting countries agreed on Sunday to raise oil production by 507,000 barrels per day for September. The paper reports that depots in Nigeria have raised petrol gantry prices from an average 820 naira on Thursday to 870 naira. However, many filling stations still retain petrol at that's 865 naira and 875 naira between Lagos and Ogun states. I will take this last one from the Punch and then we jump on The Nation. Nigeria's insurance sector has been urged to strengthen its risk management strategies and product offerings as the United States imposes a 15% tariff on Nigerian exports. Effective August 2025, the tariff increase, implemented through President Donald Trump's July 31 executive order, modifying America's reciprocal tariff system, places Nigeria among approximately 40 countries facing penalties for what Washington considers an unbalanced trade relationship. So you can read that story. U.S. tariff, insurance sector urged to strengthen risk management. And from The Nation, rainstorm destroys 50 houses in Plateau. So no fewer than 50 houses, including schools and worship centers, were yesterday destroyed by a windstorm which wreaked havoc in Menkat community. That's the Shimankar district of Shandam local government area of Plateau State. The storm that accompanied the rain left in its wake destruction. The Tigress clinch historic fifth consecutive women's Afrobasket title. Let's talk about it. Nigeria's The Tigress have once again etched their name into the history books emerging as champions of the 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket in Cote d'Ivoire after a commanding 78-64 victory over Mali in Sunday's final. Led by head coach Reina Wakama, the Nigerian side delivered a stellar performance in Abidjan to secure their 5th straight continental crown, a feat no other nation has achieved in the tournament history. So one story from the Tribune, and then we'll jump on the explainer. From the Tribune, new FG's industrial policy plans to make going on strikes criminal, NLC alleges. So the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has expressed concerns about the newly adopted National Industrial Relations Policy by the federal government. In a statement made available to newsmen on Saturday in Abuja, NLC President Joe Ajaero alleged that the new policy would make embarking on strikes a criminal issue and silence trade unions. And then over to the explainer. This one reads, NDLEA fighting illicit drug trade to protect families and streets. Concerned about the growing trends of drug trafficking, abuse patterns, and their adverse effects on the society, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, under the leadership of Brigadier General Buba Mara, retired, has in recent times scaled up the war against the menace. The 2024 annual report of the agency obtained during the week by the explainer showed how drug cartels have become more and more desperate, devising several tricks to sustain their illicit activities and concealing the illicit substances to evade seizure, arrest, and prosecution. All right, so that's how we're wrapping things up on Newspaper Headlines this Monday morning. Thank you for listening. Of course, you can always connect with us. We are live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961, and on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Your side mirror continues after now.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Adibo.